Alright, so welcome again to another video in the series on construction. In this video, we're going to look at the construction of a 60-degree angle, and by virtue of that, the construction of a 30-degree angle by bisection of the 60-degree angle. So, as always, we construct our baseline at the bottom, well, somewhere on the page, as much across the page as possible. Good? And then we choose a point about which we're going to construct this angle. So we choose a random point again, and let me call this point the point A. Right? That's the point A. So we bring our good friend the compass. So we open the compass to any length. The actual length doesn't matter. It will only matter when we get to constructing the equilateral triangle. So we take the compass and we scribe. Make sure the compass cuts the baseline, because that is the next point you're going to use. Good. Make sure the compass cuts the baseline, and then you come on this side and you construct another arc, and with the same radius of the compass, mind you. And if the radius is the same, it means that the point of the pencil will pass through the original point that you use to construct. Alright? So you see what's happening there. Two circles, same arc. Bim, bim, and then your next step, of course, naturally would be to take the point that you started at and run it through the point of where these two arcs intersect each other, and that would be a 60-degree angle. So this angle here would be a 60 degree. Let us measure it with the compass, with the protractor, sorry, and see how close we get to 60. Look at, very nice and 60-ish, right? Well, it's looking like a little more than 60, yeah? 60.5 or something like that. Again, a fraction of a degree at this stage wouldn't really cost you too much by way of penalty, but we don't want to encourage error. So we want to get the thing going at the highest possible level. Right, so that basically is the 60-degree angle. That is all there is, right? And this is a very easy construction simply because at no point in time do you have to change the radius of the compass, right? Once you start, whatever length you open the compass at here, you put the point here and you use the same length, and that's a 60. Two swings of the compass, one line, construction finish. This is probably the easiest construction to get, and a lot of people, when they're teaching construction, this is probably where they actually start from, how to construct a 60-degree angle. So now that we have a 60-degree angle, we could construct 30 degrees, and we do that by bisecting 60 degrees. So what I'm going to do, let me see. For the sake of argument, I'll construct a new arc, although we could use the same arc that we just had here, right? But I'll leave it alone for now. So let us say, for the sake of argument, that you have, in fact, no, I'm going to use the same arc. Reason being, well, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, right? So we're going to treat this arc as if it were not there, right? Let us say we just had this 60-degree angle to start with, or we could say, alternatively, that we would have actually constructed this 60-degree angle. So, for instance, you may have a situation where you're required to construct 30 degrees, all right? And the first step to do that would be to actually construct the 60-degree angle, which you would have just done here, and then following that you bisect and you get a 30. So having constructed the 60, you bring the point and you drop it here, right? You could open the arc here, you could choose a new radius for the compass here if you want. You don't have to, right? I tend to do that so that I can get the arc a little removed. I can get the new sets of arcs that we'll be using here a little removed from these fellas here. So in other words, when I draw my arc here, and then I come here with the compass using the same point, and I draw my arc here. Oh, sorry, compass drop, right? Which means we had to sharpen the pencil. So you see what's going on there. But thankfully we already finished with the construction, so we don't need the compass right now. So you see what happened there. If the arc of the compass is too small, you're going to get the arcs. If the radius, of the compass is too small, you're going to get the arcs coming in here. And what we try to do as much as possible is to avoid the excessive jumbling up of stuff. Good? So in that case, your next step would simply be to join this point, and you take the point of intersection here, and you join it to this point here, and you run the line right through, and this angle here is your 30-degree angle. Alright? So this angle here is the 30 degrees. Let us reintroduce our friendly protractor and see how close to 30 degrees we get. So you bring the protractor, you drop the line, the baseline, you make sure the point of the protractor is on the point that you use for the construction. And look at 60 here, 30 there. Alright? So you actually see the angles for yourself when we do the construction. So that is it. That is it. So this is the first, the first set of videos in the construction, all right, where we just basically constructing angles. So following from this now, we're going to use these constructions of angles to start constructing shapes. So we now have the foundation for the construction of certain basic shapes using certain basic angles. All right, so next video, look out for that. Stay in tune. Boom.